Almost, bruh, almost kicked my mic.
Perfect.
Hello there, broskis. Erkin back here. If you're new though, this is the life of a broski, where I do sneaker unboxings and reviews just like this one. So if that's your kind of thing, hit that subscribe button. And we're reviewing one of my favorite Air Maxes of all time. So I'm really hoping this collaboration lives up to the hype. But on today's episode, broskis, I am reviewing the Nike Air Max 90 3M. This is actually a bit of a mixed bag, you know? Don't know what to make of it on first sight. That's the thing. I needed a couple days with it. I have to give the Air Max 90 a little bit more love than I would any other sneaker. But I've got my verdict, broskis, on what I really think about this sneaker. If this is really worth that £125 price tag. And a bit of a shameless plug, if you are interested in getting a pair, there will be some links down below. Now these were actually released on the 5th of November, and this Nike and 3M collaboration was spread across all these different models and different silhouettes. But the ones that really stood out for me was the Air Force One React, and of course this one, just because they're most likely the ones I would actually wear myself more so than anything else. Now I was actually hoping for a change in the box considering it is a collab, but we've got the regular red bulks. The product information is Air Max 90 3M. The official colorway is Anthracite, and Volt. Of course, I've got my normal 9 UK. Nothing out of the ordinary with the box, which I'm a bit disappointed about. But up close and personal with this 3M collaboration with Nike on this legendary Air Max 90. Straight away, that toe box is what stood out to me, just because we have that technical mesh that Nike claim it to be, which for me is more of a nylon feel. Now moving to the mid panels where things really stand out. Of course, we've got that 3M reflective strip, and on both sides of that is that yellow strip, and on top of that, on the medial and lateral side, we have those Nike swooshes, which is actually synthetic leather. Now these mud flaps have changed up quite a bit. We've got that very furry suede, and for me, in my opinion, it just adds a nice touch to it. Now on those TPU panels, we've got the Air Max in that Volt colorway, but where things really switch up is of course the laces in that cross-hatched black and Volt colorway, and we've got this nylon padded tongue with that 3M panel on the top with the Nike swoosh, which is in that shiny TPU panel. Just in case you forgot who Nike collaborated with. Now one thing I was really torn on, and I'm still not 100% sold on it, we've got that tinfoil look to the back of the sneaker, and it's got that sort of fence look to it, and I just really don't know if it was needed for this sneaker. I guess it adds that sort of 3M shiny look to it, but for me it just kills it a bit. What do you think, broskis? Are you a fan of that panel or not? Now going to the back, we have that Air Max panel that we always do on the 90s in black with the Nike Air writing in Volt on that rubber badge. Now going to the midsole, it is of course the contrast of white and black. And underneath, to finish off on the outsole, it's very much your Air Max 90 design. Most of the outsole is actually in that translucent rubber with the hints of black. Broskis. I just don't know. I want to love them. I thought I loved them. I do sort of love them. It's just that shiny bit at the back. Now, of course, Nike have collaborated with 3M, and 3M is actually a company that is responsible for all the reflective panels that we get on sneakers. So I was really excited when these were announced. But did my hype live up to the expectations when this sneaker actually came? Honestly, broskis, I expected a bit more. Maybe it's just me. I've always loved reflective panels on sneakers. And if you really think about it, this sneaker doesn't really have many reflective panels. The only reflective strips are actually only on the mid panels. So in that sense, it's a bit of a letdown. But on the other hand, it's really good to see that the Air Max 90 has got this outlandish colorway, and it does separate itself from what we've already got. Now in terms of the sizing with this silhouette, It runs very much true to size. I got my normal 9 UK and they fit just like every other 90. So I would advise stick to your normal sizing. Now in terms of comfort, not everyone would agree, but in my professional and humble opinion, the Air Max 90 is one of my favorite sneakers when it comes to comfort. And this is actually no different. The only thing I can say that is a bit different, and that's actually better, is because we have that added padding on the toe box, it just adds that little bit more cushioning. Normally on the 90s, when it comes to that toe box, we'll get that sort of nylon mesh. And it is of course comfortable, it's just in terms of padding and cushioning, there's not really much there. So this just gives it a slight edge in that department. But overall on the midsole and the air unit, the feel on foot is very much the same. So out of 10 for comfort, I am going to give a 9. Now when it comes to the breathability and ventilation, because of all the chopping and changing of the materials, how well does this sneaker hold up? Now I've got to compare it to other 90s on the market, in particular the OGs and the OG recrafts. They were known for its breathability. The thin mesh on the toe box really does that sneaker justice, and because of that it is just the perfect summer sneaker. But in my opinion, this silhouette just adds a little bit more weatherproofing because of that toe box. So breathability, I'm gonna give a 7.5. A definite difference compared to the OGs and the recrafts. So broskies, this being my favorite Air Max of all time. Yes, of all time. But was this collaboration needed? And is this sneaker a buy or a buy? Now in all honesty, I know I'm an Air Max 90 fanboy, but I'm always gonna give you what I really think. And I really felt that Nike missed the boat on this collaboration. If you just added slightly more reflective panels on this sneaker, and if you took away that tinfoil look at the back, I think I would have warmed more to this collaboration. But I just don't know where these would actually fit in my rotation. For me, in my opinion, they're just a bit too eye-catching for the wrong reasons. And maybe that's what Nike were going for. They were just going for something very outlandish, trying to include those 3M fabrics and materials all over this sneaker. But for me, it's just not it. And this is actually the first Air Max 90 I'm gonna give a buy to, and it just breaks my heart. It really does. It shouldn't be this way, but it is, broskies. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. I am. But there are a few pros with this sneaker. The very look to it, it could sway you in that way. It's just not for me, broskies. It's just not one I could actually wear or have in my rotation. And it does sadden me, to be honest. But that's my honest and humble opinion. Let me know what you think down below. Are you a fan of this outlandish collaboration, or is this a total miss? Leave all your comments down below and I will be pinning the best one. Anyways, broskies, that's more than enough waffle for one video. As always, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and until the next episode, take care. They call me